What's good, YouTube? What's poppin'? It's been a minute since we last chopped it up. Probably like a week or so. Just was on a nice little walk, man. It's been a great day. I hope y'all all out there staying blessed on your purpose, getting to the bag, all that good shit. Y'all don't have to tell me. I know the product shades is hitting, dummy. Understood. You feel me? But no, we didn't come here to talk about the product shades. We didn't come here to talk about our days. We didn't come here to talk about, how I'm outside. We didn't come here to talk about that. We came to drop value, and hopefully y'all can take something from what I'm observing with my life, right? So I'm not gonna get too deep into what's going on right now, but we'll get into it in a second. One thing I am going to get into on this freaking episode of the JVN documentary is letting go in general from things that don't serve you anymore, right? Because a lot of times, like right now, I'm trying to quit all external, weed, nicotine, anything that's like external, that's like aiding me or things that I was doing every day. I want to get rid of that, right? I don't want to become dependent on any of those type of things. So with that being said, it's taking a form of letting go that I'm seeing that I've held on to from other aspects of my life that may even be a generational curse that I'm dealing with because of my family. Let me explain. Y'all have those family members who are like hoarders, like my grandma. She's not a hoarder, but she hoards a lot of clothes and like a lot of shit. So kind of like, but not like OD, like it ain't everywhere. Like, it's just a lot of stuff. My mom is the same way. She just keeps on the stuff, never know when you're gonna need it, and a lot of this comes from a scarcity mindset of not believing that, things are abundant, not believing the natural flow of life. Things come into your life for a season because you're intended to use those things for that season, and things leave your life for, after the next season, because it's not needed no more. When things are not needed, you should be able to let them things go, at once, or when you were even in a naive state to where you allowed things into your life that wasn't needed, but you started doing them because you were lower. Like I never probably needed weed. I probably told myself I did at points of times, but it was probably just a naive, more ignorant state of me, knowing now that I don't really need anything, right? Like we were all, born into this world alone. We're gonna die alone, and that's just pretty much how this life thing is gonna go. All you have is you and God. So when we hold on attachment to things of the physical realm, whether it be drugs, weed, alcohol, holding on to too many clothes, not allowing the natural flow of life to happen. Now we force ourselves to get stuck and not progress to the next level, right? Because we don't know that those things hold energy. So for new energy to come in and be allowed, because imagine your life is like a container of energy, right? And you have a certain amount of energy that can be held within your life. And that energy can be dispersed into different things or transmuted into different things, right? This is spatial energy. This is all different types of energy. You just have a capacity of energy, so just think about that. Now, when that thing is filled up and weighed up by, things that's clogging up your time to where you don't have, your schedule free, or you're holding on to clothes too long, or you're holding on to relationships too long, or you're holding on to, anything too long, right? Anything material. Now you're not opening up for that next level of enlightenment, that next level of getting better, that next version of yourself, where you want to be. Because I don't think any of us want to be where we currently are, especially people that's like tuned into this channel. If you're watching, shout out to you. But nobody wants to be stuck. Nobody wants to be at the same level, even if it's great in the eyes of other people. That's why it's so important to run your own race, man, because you got to constantly be progressing in this world to be happy, to have satisfaction, to have fulfillment. And the external outside looking in, people may tell you that you're doing a lot of things, but if you don't feel that for yourself, you're not going to be happy. You're not going to be fulfilled. So that's why it's important to constantly be seeking that next level of elevation for you. That's why you see sometimes these millionaires, they sell off their Lambos. They sell all these things that, they held so much meaning for in the beginning of their journey. Like me, I'm gonna still get my Lambo, I'm gonna still get my big crib, all these things. But there might become a time in my life to where I'm like, okay, I don't want any of these things. I don't want to be attached to nothing. I might have to get rid of them. But now we thinking too far ahead. I need to think about what I need to get rid of right now in this moment, which is, some of these addictions I have and certain things that's hindering me from getting to the next level, because I'm afraid to let go ultimately, because that's a scarcity mindset. Oh, I'm losing this high feeling that I get with this marijuana, so therefore, that's gonna impact my life and make it worse. When really, when we let go, that's only gonna improve your life, because we're not made to have attachments to things. This society tries to conform us to have attachments to a car, to a house, to a certain career, to a certain community, to a certain city, to a certain church, to a certain religion, to a certain, all these things, bro. They just want to put us in, a box to have us stay attached to things, because they know when you're attached to things, you're not going to grow. You have to be moving. You have to be adventurous. You have to be seeking new opportunities. You have to be seeking new relationships. You have to be seeking new experiences. You have to be seeking the new, to let go of the old. That's a bar. That's a bar. I'm going to say it again. You have to be seeking the new to let go of the old. Because if you're not constantly seeking the new, then you have no reason to make room. If you're not constantly buying new glasses or buying new furniture or buying new things, then now you have room for the old shit. You have to make room for the new shit. And that's not necessarily this container of energy. That's not necessarily made to be full either. You have to allow room for space and flow and air and pockets and things to move in. And that's kind of where you get this whole feng shui concept of, spatial design and a lot of these different concepts, man. I don't want to get all over the place with this video. We're talking about letting go here. But I do think it's important to how you look at that concept of letting go and separating from things that don't serve you or maybe hindering you from the next level. Is sometimes that letting go is not an immediate replacement with something else. For me, I'm getting rid of weed, right? So I'm not trying to smoke weed. I'm not smoking weed. And at first, I'm like, okay, well, what do I do? Like, I'm bored. Like, I'm hungry. I want to smoke. Like, I'm bored. Like, I'm not doing nothing. So what did I do? I walked out my apartment building. I walked down the street. I got to the park. I made room. I created space. I just let go. I separated. I said, I'm not doing that. I'm going to go do something else. I just walked outside. Didn't have no mind frame to do anything. Now I'm transmuting this energy and being creative and making this video for YouTube, so hopefully somebody can watch it and hopefully somebody can get impacted and hopefully somebody can change their life for the better and get to the next level and not have to go through similar experiences that I'm going through because they didn't know how to let go. So maybe you can be impacted by this to understand that letting go is such an important concept and we can't just skim over it, because letting go ultimately is what makes you attractive to the universe and everything in it. When you're attached to things, when you're in a scarcity mindset, when you feel the need to be connected to, so many different things, now you're in a position to where the universe feels that needy energy and it can't give you more because it's like you're full. You need stuff, But when you're fully let go and fully just in flow and can allow anything to travel in and out, now you're in a much better state to receive. And when you're in a better state to receive, now you can attract, because that's ultimately what receiving is attracting. Anything you receive in life is what you attracted. If you receive bad things that happen, you attracted that based on who you are, based on your mindset, based on what you've been projecting, based on what you've been manifesting. If you receive good things, that's based on who you are, based on what you, and it's more so not even who you are, but who you believe yourself to be. Man, I'm getting deep in this episode, I'm in this EP, but it's so potent, man, because it ultimately all comes back to who you believe yourself to be. Do you believe yourself to be a abundant, limitless creator that came from the Most High God, that came from the Most High God, that was made in His image, that was fearfully and wonderfully made? Do you believe yourself to be that? Do you believe yourself to be a creator that can create anything with just a thought and a word and speaking it into existence? Do you believe that that's true? Because if you believe that, if you have the faith the size of a mustard seed to believe those statements, then these things will be done onto you. But first you gotta get free, bro. You gotta let go of these things that's limiting you to getting to the next level. These attachments to different things. And that's not even saying that those things can't flow back into your life in the future. It's just you have to let space and room to operate. You gotta let God have his space and room to operate and mend some things, you know, and fix some things. So then, you know, in the future, things can get attracted to you at the right place and right time, and it feels good because it's in flow. The only time shit don't feel good is when it's out of flow. When shit's in flow, it's like, okay, hey, it's in flow, you know? But when you get addicted, when you're holding on to something, when you're not able to let it go, that's when it gets toxic. That's when it gets dis-ease. That's when it's draining you, you know? And what can we do? We can do what we were born to do. What can we do to combat this? I don't want to just, you know, harp at y'all and tell y'all let go this whole time. Like, what can we actually do? You know, we can create, G. That's what we were here to do. That's our purpose, to create. So create YouTube videos, write a blog post about it, you know, do some photography, you know, anything that's going to allow you to use your creative ability is going to get you out of your head, out of your needs, and more into who you are, more into what you can do, more into the possibilities. I just clicked my phone open. I just started spewing. I've been going for 11 minutes because this is my passion. This is what I like to do. I like to talk on camera. I like to try to impact people. I like to try to speak to, you know, words to help. I wish the visual was colder. I don't wish. We're gonna make it colder, but, you know, I like that aesthetic as well. This is just who I am right now. This is the stage I'm at. You know, no expectations, no perfection. This video is getting a little all over the place though, so to sum it up, exercise your ability as a God-given creator and son of the Most High or daughter. Exercise that ability to let go. You know, you don't need anything. God didn't need anything. All he needed was himself to create everything. Because once you let go, that opens yourself up and allows you to receive, allows you to attract everything that you want. Don't focus on the things that you don't have. Focus on the things that you desire. And when you focus on those things, think about them like they're already in possession. Because you own everything. You have everything. You inherit the kingdom of the Most High. And the only thing he wants you to do is love him with all your heart and all your soul and all your mind. And first, to do that, you got to love yourself. And how do you love yourself? How do you love yourself? By respecting yourself. How do you respect yourself? By being confident in yourself. By how do you do that? By works. Faith without works is dead. By doing the right thing. By seeking the kingdom first and its righteousness. You know, God gave us an instruction book on who to be and how to live. You know, he gave us that on showing us how to live the best way possible to lead us to the best life possible. So all we have to do is obey and follow that and live righteous, and we're going to inherit that gift. Because ultimately what that does, what does it do though? It's not just to make God happy. It's because when we live righteous, that automatically tells our subconscious brain that we're living righteous. That boosts our confidence because we know we're doing the right things when people aren't looking. And when we have that confidence, now we love ourselves. Well, no, now we respect ourselves because we are confident in who we are based on what we've been doing. And when we respect ourselves, now we can love ourselves. And when we love ourselves, we don't allow ourselves to get trapped into negative environments and stuck on negative, low vibrational energy and stuck on things that don't serve us. Because when we love ourselves, we're open, we're attractive, we're creating, we're manifesting. Hope that makes sense. Like, comment, share if you like the video. Yeah, do what it needs to be done. Talk to you on the next one. Yeet.